Okay, guys, so yes, welcome to day four, right? So, day three, what we literally spoke about was we spoke about the dangers of ignoring debt. Now, what we're doing about this debt series, we're doing a 30-day challenge where we help people and individuals having individuals going through their debt times. We have so many persons going through debt this period. Now, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm also speaking and rooting on my voice for other people that are going through the same challenge. All right. For me, I'm coming out, and I believe every other person can still come out. All right. I'm a testifier. I am an example, and God has been faithful. So these are things that we're trying to allow people to speak out about it, because if people feel like it's not something they can talk about, you can't really talk about debt, right? To the society, it feels like it's a taboo, all right? And so many persons are wallowing in this pain. People are dying inside. A lot of persons are dying because of debt. People are putting pressures and all of that. Life, well, we can see the economy is hard, but yes, you can actually make this impossible. You can. Now, while we're talking, I'm going to be sharing my story. Don't forget, Day three, what we discussed was the danger of ignoring your debt. You need to understand that every loan has an interest. For those your services you couldn't render, you have to reach out to them. Day two, we spoke about writing a list of those people you're owing and the amount you're owing so that you can know the total. Now, the day three, why we spoke about day three, which is a danger of ignoring debt, you need to understand that loan has an interest. People you're owing, most of them might want to put an interest. So what you do is reach out to them, appeal to them, discuss with them, promising them that you're going to pay this money, and also let them know some person might literally write off the loan. There's a lady I shared the story. There's a lady I spoke to when I was owing, and she told me, "Give this amount. I've written out that loan. Don't worry about it." It can happen. Some person said, "Okay, if you have this amount, pay it now and forget about the remaining." It's possible, but if you don't talk, how would you? If you don't talk about this, how would you find solutions? So, and we also share the Bible quotation, Proverbs 13:16. That's as a term. That's day three. Today is day four. So, what we're discussing about is we have to talk about shifting your mindset. Now, you need to understand that owing debt doesn't make you like you're nothing. You're good for nothing. There are some people that literally intentionally owe debt. It's fun for them. Now, I'm only talking about those people that it wasn't intentional. Maybe they ran into a bad business and things got spoiled. They had the wrong information, wrong knowledge, or wrong ideology about business. So, as for me, I started business and the profit I was making was small. So, I was trying to invest to see how I can increase. I was trying to invest into other areas to see how I can increase my businesses, and I made a whole lot of mistakes. So, instead of the business growing, it was failing. So people lost. People lost their money. Money I was supposed to use to do business, I lost their money and all of that. So I had to go and take a loan to see how I can settle. While you're taking a loan, you're feeding and all of that. So it kept on going from one problem to another. For one, it became a boomerang effect. So what did I do? Is I had to shut down everything. I had to shut down. I lost friends, lost relationship, lost people, lost the goodwill of men. Nobody could refer me again. I couldn't even go out for events. I couldn't even talk to people. I was depressed for a long time. I lost my house, lost my property, lost my relationship. A lot of things, a whole lot of things happened those period. 2021, 2022, 2021, 2022 was the worst period of my life. So I had a friend, a bosom friend, childhood friend, that took me in, and I won't forget his kind gestures. He took me into his house and kept me in for 6 months. He nurtured me, made me to have boldness, brought me back to myself, and I was able to push back again. So what did I do? I shut down my business and I had to go and work. But now remember, I carefully chose the industry which I started working in, because I was looking at an industry that would give me huge capital funding that can help me settle my debt. You can't be owing debt of 5 million and you're going to do something that can only be yielding you 10 naira. That doesn't make sense. So that's why we always advise for day two. We said write the cost, write the list of people owing and all of that, and their names and all that, so you can be able to reach out to them. So you can be able to appeal to them and discuss with them. So you also know what you're owing, the amount you're owing. That will help you to know your next decision. Like necessarily in day 3, we spoke about knowing that debt has its own consequences. It has a loan interest and it has its own effect. People that both take money from loan apps, you're in trouble. Most times back then, what we do was we took loan from loan apps, and you will have to delete the loan app, thinking that they will not know. As far as your BVN is there, your NIN is there, they can hold you anytime. You cannot travel. You cannot take loan from any bank because of that credit report. So for me, I had to go to credit bureau to get a report of every loan app I was owing to make sure that I settled them. I had to pay hugely for that. I paid a lot of money to make sure I cleared that up. These were the days we were running in ignorance, complete ignorance. We didn't know that we are setting ourselves for failure. Now, we have literally, over time, I lost goodwill of people. I'm trying to rebuild them back. And it's really not easy to build trust again. And trust is money. Trust is a valuable asset that you need to make sure you guide them with all your heart. Now, today, we're going to be discussing about, so we don't shift from the topic. Today's day 4 is shift your mindset. You're not poor. Now, the key thing you need to understand is getting rich starts from the mind. It starts with there's a power in your mind. By our thoughts, we will create our future. The mind gives us a mental framework of what we want to become tomorrow. So what did I do? Apart from spiritual, I had to start praying. I had to start reading the Bible. I had to start fasting. Apart from that, I had to start sowing seed to a man of God to be able to because you hurt people a lot. Even without you knowing, not delivering your job, not delivering the services you're being paid for, you're hurting people. People were affected. A lot of persons were affected. Owing people also is you're affecting. You've thwarted their plans, so they are hurt. They're not happy with you. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to find a way to appeal to them. First of all, find a way to also set to your spiritual ground, which is prayers, and also finding the right foundation. For me, I had to stay around friends that were motivating me. I had people that spoke to me, people that encouraged me, people that advised me, because you have to set your mind right. Because if you're sick in the mind, every other thing will not work. First of all, settling your debt starts with the mind. You have to be ready mentally to be able to. First of all, you need to know that you're going to face backlashes from people. People are going to talk down on you a whole lot. So you need to protect your mind. Because if your mind is not protected, you cannot succeed. So the key thing is, when you're owing debt, one thing you need to guide so much is your mind. You have to feed your mind with the right information. You have to see the right things. You need to talk about the right things. You need to read about the right things. You need to hear the right things. You need to feed your mind. So I started reading books about finance and success. I had to start praying and sowing seed, listening and understanding principles that have been attached to these things. Now, I have to read a Bible quotation for you. I have to read, so we have to read Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So be not conformed. Don't be conformed to the situation. Don't be stick to the situation. Everybody owes debt. It's not a death sentence. I have to share this with you. It's not a death sentence. We are all so many persons are owing debt. So a lot of persons doesn't talk about it. So, but it's not a debt sentence. It's something you need to understand, that you can come out of it. And coming out of it starts with your mind. Remember, if you stay in a position, nobody will come to help you. Nobody helps a drowning man. Nobody helps someone that's drowning. So if you're drowning, what you need to do, you need to first of all have the first leap of being able to pull out your head and bring your hands up. If you're drowning and you put your head down and you can't be able to shout, nobody's going to help you. Nobody knows. Nobody's going to help you. So first of all, while drowning, learn to push yourself up, learn to speak up, learn to save yourself. So the saving yourself is make sure you try to come out first, to breathe and raise your hands so you can be able to shout for help. But if you're drowning and you put your head inside, nobody will see you. Nobody's going to come out for you. So the key thing is, you're not supposed to be conformed to this situation. Remember, it's a passing phase. It's an encouragement I'm going to give to you because I'm a testimony. All right, the level where I am now is not where I was then. As of 2020, 2021, 2022 was the worst period of my life. 2022 ending towards 2023, I had to get a job. So that was part of the reason why I had to because I had to start thinking of what ways do I need to come out. So remember, this Bible quotation was saying, be not conformed to this world, be not conformed to your situation, be not conformed to your debt, don't allow this debt to submerge you, don't get depressed over it. Because if you don't come out first, you can't save, you can't fight. If you're not mentally stable enough, you cannot be able to handle the challenges, you cannot be able to handle the situations. So you have to come out first. You need to save yourself first. You need to be able to build up your mind. You need to be able to build up your mind. So this today, the 4, shift your mind. Shift your mind. Do not be conformed. So you need to be able to read, study, read the Bible, pray hard, go to an assembly that you can be able to listen to the right information. Keep yourself around the right friends that can motivate you, encourage you, and support you. Friends that will be there to listen, friends that will not judge you, people that will receive you and accept you for your mistakes. Remember, I want you to always understand that it shouldn't be intentional. First of all, you can't be intentionally willing to accept for those that just trying to they like swindling people. That's not true. You need to be able to first of all come with the right spirit, the right heart, the right intent. Remember, debt is not a death sentence. You can come out of it. I'm a testimony. You can also be a testimony. There's a number on the screen for those that has not reached out to me or hasn't been able to reach out to me. You can send me a message. We can talk about it. And also, if you have any challenge, you want to talk to somebody about your debt or whatever it is, you need someone to talk to, you can actually reach out to me. I can listen to you. I can lend my voice to you. I just want you to understand that you have a support. You have someone that can speak about. You have someone that can share with you about things. I have an experience. I have a story. This is my story. Now, also, I'm also a realtor now. I'm also into real estate. I have a documentation company where we help people do documentation, all these permits for contract. I also have a cleaning company. So yes, we can work together. We can see how these things can work out. But the truth be told is, let's build and synergize. Let's give a helping hand to a brother. Let's give a helping hand to a sister. Let's give a helping hand to someone that's going through a lot of challenges. People are going through a whole lot into the society, but you have to keep your head up. You don't have to be conformed, because the only way you can get out of this is first of all the transforming and the renewing of your mind. So be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your mind has to be renewed, that ye may prove what is that good. It starts from you. The journey starts from you. It's not for other people, it starts from you. So save yourself first by saving your mind, by coming out strong, by knowing that debt is not a debt serious. You can come out of it and it's possible. Remember, count your costs. Read the list of people. Understand that debt has a consequence, so you need to make sure you tackle them early enough. So reach out to those you're owing, reach out to people you're owing, send them a message, negotiate with them, see how we can talk to them about the debt you're owing and whatever it is, and see if you can post the interest attached to it, and tell them, give them a time frame. But remember, before you give a time frame, you have to work out modalities. That's what we're going to be sharing. All the best, guys. So send us a message and also reach out to us. Maybe type on the comment sections. Remember, I'm not a perfect person. I'm an imperfect man that was born out of situations, but now we're coming out and becoming better. You can also be better. You can come out to be a debt-free person, and it's possible. I'm doing my best. You can do your best too. Do have a nice day.